All right, today is Tuesday, December 22nd. As time flies, the market will be closing in about 25 minutes. Another great day in the market. Whether you get 300% moves or, 50, 60%, there's moves every day right now. Like the overall market has been sort of choppy, sort of going sort of sideways down a little bit, but small caps and top runners have been incredible. And I want to call TC3000. If anyone knows, how do you get warrants off your top list? I want to like delete them or like, edit them out so they don't come out because who trades warrants? But that's another story. If anyone knows, drop in my YouTube channel and let me know how do we get out of that. All right, OCGN, penny stock. Penny stock. On fire today. This is a very clean, simple move. Let me look at the news here. Ocugen and Bharat Biotech to co-develop Covaxin whole virus inactivated COVID-19 vaccine for U.S. markets. So everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. Remember I said this months ago, anything COVID related or actually Bitcoin now, these stocks are going to fly. So, it's legitimate news. They came out with this at 7:30 a.m. Here it is right here. Here's the candle. It's out. And that is a float 155 million. This is a bigger float, 157 on trade ideas. So this is a very clean chart. How you're playing charts is, the setups, some are easier, some are harder. Even though this is a penny stock, 35 cents if you'll make your stop. You can 4,000 plus shares easy because that'll be like a $200 stop loss. So right here, look at this, 35 cents. And then what do you see? Your 1320 EMA coming out. Look at that hammer, hammered up. Look at this, it's holding it. Even see as it went through here, it's getting higher, higher. And that's an ascending triangle there. Look at that line. And you always want to be to the right. You probably want to buy, it's tough to say on these ascending triangles. I mean, once it hits this 13 EMA or you see like that move, it comes back, then up. Like right here, you're putting your buy order there. So, above 35 cents, then this takes off. There's your first stop. 3 red candles down, and look where it touches 13 EMA. I mean, these have been classics, 13, 20 EMA, maybe 9. Maybe he's like the 15 EMA or something, but, these work in conjunction with everything. Now, if you go down to 3-minute, it's going to bring it down even closer to the 20 EMA and the 2-minute, which I don't use the 1 or 2 at all. See, it's going to go through, sort of stop you out. It's way more candles. Just eliminate candles as much as you can. Get a clearer picture on this. So this moves up, comes down. And look where your stop could have went here. You could have gave it the 40 cents and comes back to 45. And then all the way up to 75 plus. So dry. So what do you see here? You see a double, 35 cents. 70 cents plus. That's a great move, even penny stock. But you saw the news in this. I mean, you can play it. It's not a typical penny move. You don't see weird gyrations here, like weird candle going up and down. So it was a legitimate move there. And yeah, it was a great play. Now go to the 10-minute. 10-minute 35. Look at this. You're so far away. Remember your 1320 EMA? The further away, too, the more powerful the move. So this is a very strong move here. And then it takes off. So it's a great loan there. And there's different buying points. Now, on my chart, I'm looking at low, middle, high. Right here, about, I'd say 55 cents in this chart. That's going to be a middle point, or maybe a little low, 50 cents. That's going to be the middle point. Once you get above there, it gets a little more dangerous. So You could buy here, and then once you get up here, you're getting a little high, even though it's still going right now. But I mean, you want to get the bulk of the move. Remember, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. pre-market. Not going to have the great volume, but that should start to move. Maybe even 7 a.m. for a long. So this is an incredible move. Penny stock doubled. Stick with the chart. Keep it simple. And there you have it. All right, so now on the daily chart, you can look at here, 623 million. Look at that volume today, 623 million penny stock. This had a reverse split back in October. You can see I drew lines back here. I was looking at penny stocks. Finally get over here. This was a big line too, that 75-cent line. In penny land, if you're going this low, 25 cents, 50 cents, 75, $1. They're going to be the markers. $1 is the huge mark in penny land. So, once you're here, and then right there. So it's beautiful. The way I play it, keep it simple. No VWAP, 1320. Look at this. Come up, dip. The dip could have been here. Let it dip, even go to the 20. And then up, dip again, then up, and then sideways. It's a tremendous long and, worked out perfectly. So there you have it on that. Line to line, that's all it is. So remember, you get in here, the break, we're going to buy a little bit below, for support on the dip, looking for the break. All right, BRPA. This one's a little bit tougher. You can see a massive congestion here at the 35 line. Got about 30. Got up to 45. And look at this hammer down again. Look at this hammer as the 1320 EMA is going up. Hammer down. And then came way back up. That is bullish. When you see it do that and doesn't stay there, it comes back up. That's extremely bullish. And then you go to the 40 line. I'm doing $5 lines here. It's just so wide. 40 takes off. And look at that. There's your high day, 76.99. That's a shooting star at the top of the pattern. Now on this too, like I said, there's your bottom. So 35, I guess about 50 would have been midway. And then there it is. Big Rock Partners acquisition. This did nothing. Look at this stock. These stocks, they're so pumped and everything. Look at this extreme move. Let's see if this had news. Big Rock Partners does not have significant operations. It tends to enter a merger. Business identified. The company was founded in 2017 in Delray Beach, Florida. It's kind of shady here. LLP investigates Big Rock Partners acquisition. Shareholders of December 15th. So this is very shady. Float. I have about 758,000. That's a super low float. And you can see here, the movement on this is shady. The volume isn't that great either. Very shady. You got to watch on that. You can play it, go extremely low shares. So sketchy, totally sketchy. All right, MVIS. A little bit tougher move, made it move up extremely hard to 8+, came down, 625, and start to see this, the lows getting higher. Then once you have your wrap of your 1320 EMA, and then it took off to 925. There's a 10-minute, see the wrap on the 10-minute. Really, you can go up to the 10-minute, even the 15, but the 10-minute most of the time, if you really want to see the story, you go higher, but that'll tell the tale of the stock. Now here's Riot. But blockchain on fire and Bitcoin. I don't know if blockchain's on fire. I guess it is with Bitcoin, but let's move up to 12. Again, this is a low to high move. See this low. Didn't start here, didn't start here, started low. And came up. And see this here, it's a nice little candle and bounce right back up. That's a nice sign there. Now, right off the bat, if you're like, I'm jumping in the open, then you see that big candle stopped out so many people. You know it. Then it came down. But if you're playing line to line, that's why it's important. Don't get stopped out necessarily by candles. You got to play your line. If you're probably playing here to like the 12 line, what's the low here? 1203 again. Remember I said 12 to 1205 or 1205 cents, 0 to 5 cents. I mean, so play that 5-cent line. They bring it down, but they don't bring it to like 12 exactly. It'll be 1202, 1206, 1205, but I keep a 5-cent line. And then this comes down 12. And then that's if you're playing the line here, if you make this tight, I mean, it's still a decent line. It's a quarter line, but you can play a 50-cent line here. And look, it doesn't come back here. Even with this move, let it come back. Let it prove it's going to come back. And then it doesn't, comes back up. There's another stop here, 1250. Another stop, 1425, and then 1550. So Riot, blockchain, Bitcoin's been on fire. You can see right here my daily chart. This is a rolling ascending triangle up like this way, and then explodes up to 15 plus. So I'm good at a 10-minute. It's a really great long here. 1320, completely on the long side. Look at that little hammer. Touches. When you see moves like that, it's a great long there. Tremendous. Let's see, CLA. CLA is 1275. I think these are misprints. Broke up all the way to 15 plus. Quick move, not the best volume. JG, Aurora Mobile Limited. Did the move up all the way here to 5. Came back to 425 line, 450. Then look at this. Wrap up, pull back, moved up, 625. So the 450 line, see, it is held very nice in the pullback, everything held. Yeah, so this was a very solid pre-market. Like sometimes the pre-market was sketchy. The volume, wasn't great. It did pick up to, well over 100,000. So this is your front side, then your back side. And, it was a good long pre-market. Once you see volume kick in too, it's another sign to look for. Really big volume. And see the fade, typical fade. Then it came back to this line, that 450 line. AQMS, Aqua Metals, right here, 180, back to 190. And then there's your, again, when you see this candle, it's a shooting star candle at the top of the pattern. That's a sell. That's a sell candle. I mean, it could still, maybe it'll get in and go up. But as far as the move, that initial move, like this move was 935 to 1015. Nice little move there. See the wrap, the quick wrap. These moves are quick in the morning. Now, you don't necessarily have to get the initial move like here. You have time. When you see it starting to move here, what was the low on this? 191. So you're getting like 195. Really good move. AMTX. Straight up move and fade. CYCC. $4.75. Excuse me. $4.75. The 5. Look at that. Another ascending triangle and explodes up the 7 plus. Very simple here. Some of these moves are clean. That's why every chart's different. That's what's so hard about this game. Every day is different. There'll be fake out moves. There'll be, good long moves, good short moves, good up and down moves in an intraday chart. But VISL 130, 145, and get to 175. FRSX $2. Just move slowly up. And then look at the volume late. It's really exploded. Big volume in. All right, here's QS again. I mean, this stock, it puts in good moves with very large candles. Look at this, big moves. So it's not the best to play. GME GameStop. Here's your today's open line at 16, moved up, came back. Now you see this move, this candle here. You got to figure it might come back to this line. Could come to this line. So there's only really two lines here, unless you're going to play the in-between line, the 1675 line. So this comes down here. Was the low in this? 1654. 1655 would have hit. Then it takes off. Then takes off again. So there's your momentum again. Look at this. Between that 8 and 11. And pre-market is from, I believe, 4 a.m. to pre-market's 4 a.m. I'm trying to remember this. 9:30. Well, to the opening bell, 9:30, then the 4:30, and 4:38 after, I think. All right, here's eyes. Move up, explodes up. LPTH, 375 move. It's a $1 move. See how clean the chart is? Some charts are very clean. Once you get in, don't sell until there's reason to sell. I mean, if it's going up until there's a significant move, there's no need to sell. PTN explodes up. UAVS, this is a little bit choppy. It might be a misprint. And it explodes up to 725 plus. Tiger, TIGR, FinTech, 650, 675, 8. No, hugged around the 20 EMA. BSTO, see this one candle? You're looking pre-market. Some of these have nothing. That's a big candle here. And that's a sign to get in. That's pure momentum going to happen. When you see 287,000, and this went perfectly to the line. Look at this, 2250 line, 2225. You can play that middle line. I don't think it'll go back this far to this line, but you play that line. 2250 explodes up to 2650. CLNE. $625. And then there's your high day, almost 650, explodes up. 725 came back really hard. Now this one came very hard back through your 1320 MA. So this would have been tougher. But you see this, if you got in 650 and sold at 7 maybe, when you see this, it's like, you got to perceive the move too before it happens, and it really went down. So that would have been tougher. See the 10-minute didn't really hold. The 15. If you saw the 15, that hammer, I mean, it's tough to hold there because you didn't get really no gain. This is tougher. So that's, you got to take it up to the 15-minute on that. I mean, if you got in at 650, you just let it come to 650. This came to 651. But I mean, on this, it's still like a 50-cent gain. Still could have been, a nice gainer. All right, going down the list here. What else we got here? I mean, there's so many movers here. Let me go back to this chart here. So the main thing too in trading, unless you're some of these guys or like millionaire traders, you can take so many trades a day. Yeah, it's very emotionally draining. I mean, you want to get in, you want to get in your low point as best you can, or at least middle for the best, maximize your return. Because anything that moves, and it does make a good move, see this here to here, the typical 9 to 11, that's going to be your move. That's the most explosive time. Afterwards, you're going to get chopped. Middle day, sometimes moves late day, you'll get the late day move for the next day. So that's the toughest part. Just looking at some other. Look at these like moves low to high. See the low to high, a lot of them. See, this was a high move. See this straight up. Started low, but it was like a high move. And then it came down, it bounced a little bit. See that? So some great winners today though. OCGN, BRPA, sketchy, but it was a move. AQMS, JG, CYCC. A lot of good moves today. And small caps will remain hot. Usually September, October, November, December, January, February. I guess even in the March and April, and then the summer once it cools. So it's pretty incredible. All right, let's look at the SPY. We have a massive wedge, like we've been saying. This is a rising wedge. Look at this. Wide. It's getting tighter from that low in November. We've been battling back and forth. It's just doing nothing here. It's chopping around. Getting a lot of volume to the bearish side. And we're going down on stochastics. We're at 53 right now. So, I don't think there's much more upside here. As far as we need a downside move first. That's what I think we're looking at. That's in the SPY. NASDAQ. Let's draw this line up. Look at this 2018 NASDAQ. Look at this. You draw a line straight up, touches August, September, that move up. It's pretty incredible. We have a cross formed here. I'm leaving that line there for now. So it's above the line. It's looking like a very high move too. So this is, it's another big wedge. See, it's getting tighter and tighter. So, could pull back at any time, like everything at this point. Dow Jones too. You have a move 2016 all the way to 2020. And then you see this getting tighter and tighter. Now it's sort of making this rounding. See this? It's like it round is going to drop down. We're already crossing now. See this divergence? So this high, lower. This one's a little bit higher, but still, you draw this line, it's getting lower, the divergence. I expect this to drop too. Here is IWM. This has got to be a total misprint here. Look at this is IWM is Russell 2000. This is small caps. You draw a line right here. That's a massive rising wedge. Yeah, this is going to drop hard when it does. It's overbought, buried. See this? It won't go below that 80. Yeah, when this does, probably fall 160 area around. Here's Dow Transports. Trying to get this line up here. All right, so this made a move here. Dow Transports, look at this. Back and forth. This has been a straight up move too. Yeah, this could fall too. We'll see how far. So, yeah, everything's looking very high as the market's closed. Minus 200 Dow Jones, S&P minus 7, NASDAQ plus 65, small caps plus 15, 46 VIX, 2407 minus 4.33%, gold 1864, silver 25 change, copper 351, crude 46.94, minus 2.15%. So look at the VIX. See the VIX holding that 20, came down, bounce, came down, bounce, bounce, crossed over. Yeah, I think there's more volatility ahead. I think we're going to get a bigger move up, 30 plus, as the market's very just toppy at this point. There's nothing pushing the market. COVID news. COVID has a new strain in UK. They locked down. America's still a mess with lockdowns. They did the stimulus package, which is almost, it doesn't help the regular person. It's just a total fraud. So, there's a lot up there. I think, look where we came from. This is March. We've made such a long run here. We've made it 220 to like 380 plus. A bigger drop to see this. We could come back to like 320 if we get a really good drop. Come back. They're saying it on CNBC and everyone. They're expecting January, February, something like a really good pullback. So, all right. This is some bearish ETFs. The thing is to see how this is coming down here. This is the SDAO, Ultra Pro Short DAO. You're holding this level right here at 13. See this? Now we're going sideways. Now we're going to go up like this, make a big move up. It appears that could be the next move. 4 hour. See this? We're above now. Something's cooking here. And, we can make a big explosive move 16, 17 plus. Here's the Qs. Here's TZA. Very big wedge. Look at this. Tight wedge now. Extremely tight. It could explode up at any day when the market drops. And this will be a double. It'll be a double when it does. There's FAS. See this holding sideways. Financials too. This could have a big move up. There's SOX. Sideways. So these have been buried for months. Since November, the market's been on fire. LABD, biotech bears. This is straight down. But all the vaccine news. Yeah, I drew a line on this because it's been a pretty big line. It's kind of choppy, dust. JDST. Here's JDST. See this back and forth? Look at this. Eventually, you figure will explode up. You know, SCO has been buried with oil making a resurgence. Oil making a resurgence back. I tried to make a wedge here. It didn't work. You know, the market's too strong. Well, oil's really too strong, the main catalyst. You can see that was the last move in November where, you know, this is bearish for oil when oil's going down. Then look at this, straight down. And then it's starting to creep up a little bit. You know, if you're bearish crude, like we're going to get back down, this could be a good move to get in right here. You know, a case is rising again. There's 18 million cases in the United States right now. So, you know, vaccines are everywhere coming out. There's still a lot to be determined at this point. So, you know, they're saying a lot, things are opening up, but it's just like, I keep saying this too, it doesn't seem as good as they say. So I'm not buying everything they're saying. 2021 is going to be a great year. I mean, it could be better, but it's looking actually worse as far as everyone that has this. So the COVID's rising. SVXY is short VIX. I don't really look at this that much. Here's ERY. This is bearish energy. And energy, like oil, that was oil. The other one, oil is SCO, Direction Energy Bears. This had the big move to 80, went all the way down to 30. Now look at this. It's coming up pretty strong too, from 30 to 35. And it's starting to make its move up. Just trying to see what this mimics. What's energy mimic? Like oil, I know. Inverse Bloomberg, it's crude. This is energy bulls. Energy is, what does that mimic though? Like this, that's what I mean. As far as SCO, crude, you know, that's the same. SCO is crude oil. So, you know, mimics the crude indice. What the hell's ERY? Energy. What's energy though? I gotta figure that out exactly. If anyone knows, comment below my YouTube what it actually correlates to. TECS, technology bears. This is like the NASDAQ too. This is still going down. Oh, on the other side, UDAO. I haven't done these in a while. And there's UDAO. There's your 100% and a retracement back. Coming back up now, 50% retracement. Back to 61. And this is at the high level. See this one, close to 2. All the lines match here. And this is rolling down now. See this? I think we have a roll down. If this comes down here, it'd be a great buy. SPXL. Move up, move down. This too is very high. TQQQ. Qs came down, came up to 175. So let's look at double top here. See if that goes higher though. TNA. You know, this is small cap bulls. You have the move here, move up, And this goes way back to 2018. So that's a big line down. It crossed that line. It's a little bit above now. And this is straight overbought, buried. You don't even need a line here right now. On the 4 hours, it's showing weakness. I mean, nothing yet. I mean, this has made a move from 30 to 67. It's over a double. It's pretty incredible here. Let's see this straight up. When it comes back, it'll probably come back pretty hard. I'm not sure where this will come back to. You have to see how it rolls out. Here's fast. Financials are still below. There's a 50% retracement level. You know, this was at 105. There's your move up. Another move. You have a divergence. See this already falling? This is falling. And, you know, this is sort of getting stacked up here. So that's a sign this might drop. There's Soxel. Dry again. The semis. Look at this here. Move up. 480. This thing is 240, 480. Why didn't I buy here? I was going to buy this. I was going to do a swing. I'm like, the market's going up. All these dips are buys. And you just didn't do it. You have total regrets in stock market. All right, this is fading down now. See this? You're getting divergence. Came up, came back down. Now it looks like we get fade from here. We could come back down again. Yeah, you're going to get a chance to come back. This will come back eventually for a big drop. Here's LABU with biotech. You know, the vaccine's coming out tremendous long. Nougat. This is still on, I would say, you could say this is a flag. It's still flagging down. It looks like eventually it could explode up, but there's nothing yet. There's no explosion at this point. Same with JNUG. See this? Came out a little bit, but they're like dead trades right now. It's not, there's other trades better than that, so. This is crude. Look at this. ERX moved to 8 all the way to 17. And this is energy bulls. So, you know, this made that move here. This doubled. It's coming back down now. You can see here statistics streaming down. And here's DFEN. Yeah, DFEN's been pretty easy to read. This hasn't even hit 23.6 retracement. This has not moved at all, like a lot of the ETFs and stuff. It's way behind, really. This was a $100 stock or $75 stock. So this moved up June, came down back and forth. 9 was a great buy. Another one, I was like, this dip. See, when all these stocks hit in March this low and you're like, eventually they'll come up, it's sort of true that, you know, easy way is just saying it. So you should have been in here. It's going to make a move. And this came back up. Look at this. Now it hit this line. It keeps putting in, the highs are getting lower, lower. You have a very strong divergence down. It's at 29. It's getting very oversold. Looks like a little more to come if this gets under that 20 level. 4 hour. Coming down. So, and this mimics, I think, a lot of the aerospace and like Boeing. See, Boeing's still coming down. Boeing hit this line. Yeah, if this gets a big drop, this will come back down to like 160 level. So that's Boeing. The other ETFs are DIN, move up, move down. You see this triangle here, moved up again. It's going back in the triangle, ascending triangle. Nail, home builders. He had the big move up from July all the way to October, came back hard. Really crazy candle here. Then formed like a descending triangle or symmetrical. It's getting overbought here again. So it's sort of chopping in this zone. It's a little bit tougher to read at this point. So there's your ETFs at this point. So it just looks like the bearish ETFs are going to make a good move soon. I don't know if it's January, maybe start January, middle February. I don't know. Sometime you're going to get an explosive move, and I think the market's going to drop. They're going to pull off a little bit. The thing is, too, when it's this high, I keep saying this, it's not going to just keep going like 2018. Remember, we went up and then eventually dropped. You're going to get a move where people want to get back in. Hedge funds, money managers, everyone wants to get back in. You can't get back in at the high. No one's going to load up at the high. They're loading on these dips. All these people on Wall Street, they know it. You don't want to buy the high. You could keep going, but you're not getting good risk reward. So, that's where it's at. All right, so I think that's it for this video today. As we see the SPY here, see the width. Then draw your line. You have two connections right now. You can see this all the way goes back to, this doesn't exactly, if you draw this, see, it doesn't exactly connect here. You can say we're above. There's different buying points here, so. I'm expecting a pullback. This could be the start of it. It looks like it's trying to be the start of it. It's bouncing back and forth. So that's it for today. Please subscribe and like the channel. We do recaps after for small caps, mainly the top gainers, to go over, where's the buy and sell point. Most people, that's the biggest thing. Once you get in, like people get it. The entry of the stock is huge. When you get out, that's a different story. You can let things run once you're in. It just depends. Learning these candlesticks is extremely important. It all is in conjunction with everything, like the patterns, symmetrical triangles, wedges, bottoms, triple bottoms, pennants, rectangles, cup and handles, all that. Everything means something in day trading, swing trading, all this. So. All right, that's it. Please subscribe and like the channel. We're out for now. Peace.